Hello students. Now in the last lecture all of you are well known that what are waves. In the last lecture we discussed waves and again we classify different types of waves. Now in this lecture we classify that all waves are classified into two types. First type of wave is mechanical wave and the second type of wave is non-mechanical waves. Now we know that waves which require a material medium for their propagation are called as mechanical waves. Are called as mechanical waves. And waves which do not require a material medium for their propagation are called as non-mechanical waves or electromagnetic waves. Okay. Now again these mechanical waves, we have to concentrate on this mechanical wave. Now again these mechanical waves are again classified into two types. First type is progressive wave and the second type is stationary. Second type is stationary wave, right? Now in the last lecture we discussed what is the difference between these two, right? Now therefore mechanical waves are mainly classified into two types, progressive waves and stationary waves. Now both the waves we have to study in our 12 syllabus, right? But first we concentrate on progressive wave and after then in next lectures we discuss about stationary waves. Therefore, today we discuss only these progressive waves. Okay. Now, therefore, study this progressive wave. Progressive wave. Now we know that suppose when some energy is given to any one particle, at that time this particle start vibrating in up and down direction from its mean position. At that time, suppose due to vibration of first particle, now first waveform or wave is produced. Right? But again, when this wave is produced, another second particle is vibrating, again second wave is produced. In this way, when number of particles of that medium start vibrating from its mean position continuously, at that time a wave is traveling continuously in the same direction in a given medium and form of that wave is continuously the same form, right? Therefore, in this wave, we observe that a wave is continuously traveling. This wave is continuously traveling through medium without any change of form. Right? Therefore, such type of waves are called as progressive. Right? Now, how we define these progressive waves? Waves which travel continuously in the same direction in a given medium without any change of form. Without any change of form. Now, such type of waves are called as progressive waves, right? Therefore, this wave is continuously traveling in the same direction. Therefore, such type of waves are known as progressive, right? Now again we know that when progressive waves travels through the medium, at that time each and every particle of that medium vibrates. Therefore, each and every particle vibrates means the wave is travel continuously, and when wave is travel continuously, at that time energy is transferred from one point to the other point of that medium. Therefore, in that case, we know that energy is transferred. Energy is transferred. Now, when progressive wave travels through the medium, at that time, particles of that medium do not transfer. Therefore, particles do not transfer. Therefore, we have to concentrate on these two parts. When progressive wave travels through the medium, at that time, energy is always transferred from one point to the other point or one particle to the other particle. But particles of that medium do not transfer from one point to the other point. Right? Therefore, when we have to study this progressive waves at that time, there are different properties of this progressive. Now, today we discuss different properties of progressive waves. properties of progressive waves. Properties of progressive waves. Right? Now, in that case, we consider first property of progressive waves. Now we know that when progressive wave travels through the medium, at that time, suppose this is wave which travels through that medium, right? Now in that time, we know that when we consider the first particle vibrates upward, again it vibrates in downward, and it completes its vibration. Therefore, this particle vibrates from its mean position. Again, second particle start vibration in upward direction, in downward direction, and it completes its vibration. Therefore, we observe that every particle of that medium, or every particle of progressive wave vibrates with the same type of vibration. It vibrates with the same type of vibration from its mean position. Now, this is the first particle, it vibrates in the same direction. Again, the second particle vibrates. Again, the third particle vibrates. Therefore, we observe that every particle of medium vibrates with the same type of vibration from its mean position, right? And each and every particle performs SHM. Each particle performs SHM, means simple harmonic motion. Therefore, that is the first property. Every particle of this medium vibrates from with its same vibration performing SHM. This is the first property. Second, now we know that this medium consists of a large number of particles, right? Therefore, when progressive waves travels through the medium, at that time we observe that all the particles of medium, which vibrates have the same frequency, period, and amplitude. Means all the vibrating particles of medium vibrates with the same frequency, period, and amplitude. Now we observe that when first particle vibrates from its mean position, this is the amplitude of that wave, the amplitude of that particle. Again, second particle vibrates. This is the amplitude of second particle. In this way, when each and every particle vibrates, at that time, amplitude of all the particles are same, period of all the particles are same, as well as frequency of vibration of these particles is also same. Means all the particles which vibrates from its mean position have the same frequency, same period, as well as same amplitude. This is the second property of progressive. Third, now when this progressive wave travels through the medium, at that time we know that there are different number of particles, right? Now at that time we observe that a phase of particle changes from particle to particle. What happens? Now initially, suppose this is the origin. At the origin, the phase difference is 0. When particle is at this position, the phase difference is pi by 2. When the particle is at this position, the phase difference is pi. When the particle is at this position, the phase difference is pi by 2. And when it is at this position, now this phase difference is 2 pi, and so on, right? When particle changes, at that time the phase difference also changes, right? Therefore, always remember that this property. Now, progressive waves when travels through the medium, at that time, now its phase of that particle changes from particle to particle. This is the next property. Next property, number 4. Now, when this particle vibrates, at that time we observe that when particle vibrates from its mean position up to upper extreme position, again it returns back to its mean position, and again it vibrates in downward direction, and again return back to its mean position. At that time we observe that when any particle which vibrates, its velocity becomes maximum when it passes its mean position. Right? What is the property? Now, the maximum velocity of that particle is there when the particle crosses or passes its mean position. This is the new property of this progressive. Number 5. Now, when progressive waves travel through the medium, at that time, each and every particle of that medium vibrates. Every particle of that medium vibrates. Now, there is no any one particle remains permanently at rest. Means each and every particle of that medium vibrates. There is no any one particle remains in that medium which do not vibrate. Therefore, all particles are vibrate. There is no any one particle which remains permanently at rest. Then, number 6. Again, we know that when we consider progressive waves are classified into two types. One is transverse wave. One is transverse wave, and the second is longitudinal wave. And the second is longitudinal wave. Therefore, we observe that all these progressive waves are classified into two types: transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Okay, this is the another property of this wave. And the last property is 7. Now we know that when progressive waves travel through the medium, at that time we observe that there are two types of progressive waves: transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Now we observe that. Now we know that transverse waves can travel through solids. Therefore, we consider here both the waves, transverse and longitudinal, waves are travel through solids. Both the waves, transverse and longitudinal waves, are travel through solids. But again, it is observed that only longitudinal waves can travel through liquids and gases. Now, these are the different properties of progressive. Now, there are total 6 to 7 properties of progressive. Now, again, when we consider these progressive waves, there are different properties of these progressive waves. Now, again, when we consider progressive wave, at that time, each progressive wave has its own equation. Now, today we discuss the general equation of progressive wave. General equation of progressive wave. Right? Now, to study the general equation of progressive wave, first we draw two axes. Now, this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and this is the origin. Okay. Now, this axis is along positive direction and this axis is negative direction, and O is the origin. Right? Now, initially, suppose the particle is at rest. Now, the particle is at rest means the particle is at its origin. Right? When some energy is given to that particle, at that time what happens? Due to this energy, this particle starts from its mean position in upward direction, and again it returns to its mean position. Again, this particle vibrates in downward direction and again returns back to its mean position. At that time, it completes its one vibration. Right? Now, at that time, when again this energy is transferred to the second particle, again this second particle start vibrating in upward direction and again return back to mean position. Again it vibrate in downward direction and again return back to its mean position. Right? Therefore, this step by step, this energy is transferred from particle to particle, and therefore this wave is traveling continuously along the positive direction. Along the positive direction, right? Now, when this wave is traveling, at that time, now we consider this is the point, starting point. Now, at that time, we have to consider here general equation of progression. Therefore, when we have to study the general equation of wave at that time, now when this particles vibrates from its main position, at that time we have to consider this particle displays from its main position. First we have to consider here y is the displacement, y is the displacement of particle. What is y? Y is the displacement of particle from its main position, right? Now again we have to consider here x. X is the position of particle, from origin, position of particle from origin, and t is the time. T is the time. Therefore, to study the general equation of progressives, first we have to consider here y is the displacement of particle, x is the position of particle from origin, and t is the time, right? Therefore, we consider the general equation when the particle is at rest. Means when the particle is at rest, when the particle is at its origin. Therefore, when this particle is at rest, at that time, this y means displacement, we know that this y depends on x as well as t. Therefore, we write here y is equal to function of xt. Y is equal to function of xt, right? Now this function of xt is nothing but it is known as a wave function. It is known as a wave function, right? Therefore, this y depends on x as well as it depends on t. Means displacement of any particle depends upon position of that particle from origin and the time taken by that particle, right? Therefore, this y is depend upon x as well as t and is known as a wave function, right? Now, when the particle is at rest, means when the particle is at origin, therefore at origin, the displacement of that particle y is always equal to a sine omega t. When the particle is at rest, means when it is at origin, at that time the displacement of that particle is denoted by y, and y is equal to a sine omega t. Where what is a? A is the amplitude of that particle. Okay. Now this is the equation when particle is at rest. Right. Now this particle start vibrating from this origin. It vibrates in upward direction. Again return back to the main position, again vibrates in downward direction, again return back to the main position, right? Now at that time again vibrates in upward direction, again vibrates in downward direction, again return back to the main position, right? Now at that time, now this particle initially the particle is at origin, but as soon as vibrations are increases, therefore first vibration is increases, particle vibrates in upward direction, return back to the mean position, again vibrate downward direction, return back to the mean position, right? At that time we say that this particle completes its vibration. The first particle completes its vibration. At that time, when particle move from this point to this point, at that time we say that it completes one vibration. Therefore, the time taken by that particle to complete its vibration is nothing but it is the period of a wave and it is denoted by t. Right? Now, particle travel from this point to this point, therefore some distance is traveled by that particle and this distance is equal to wavelength of a wave. Therefore, we know that this is one particle, this is the second particle, and this is the third particle. These three particles are in the phase. Therefore, these three particles are in the same phase. Therefore, when we consider these two particles are the successive particles, therefore distance between these two successive particles which are in the same phase is always equal to wavelength of a wave. Means it is denoted by symbol lambda. Therefore, distance between these two particles is lambda. Okay. Now, when particle is at rest, at that time the phase angle or phase difference of that particle is zero. Right? As soon as this particle is moving from away from this origin, at that time phase angle of that particle also changes, and this phase angle always depends upon position of that particle, right? Therefore, now this particle vibrates, and when this particle reach at this point, at that time we know that when we draw perpendicular, this angle or phase angle is 90 degree. Therefore, at that point the phase difference for that particle is pi by 2. Now again this particle vibrates and it reaches to this point. When this particle reaches to this point, at that time this phase angle is 90 plus 90 means it is 180, and 180 means it is pi radians. Phase difference is pi radians. When particle vibrates in downward direction and when this particle reaches to this point, now it is 3 pi by 2. When it reaches to this point, now it is 2 pi. At this point, it is 5 pi by 2. And at this point, now it is 3 pi. At this point, it is 7 pi by 2. And at this point, now it is 4 pi. Right? In this way, as this particle goes on, as this particle is moving away from this origin, at that time, now phase angle increases. Phase angle increases. At this origin, the phase angle is 0 or phase difference is 0. At this situation, when the particle is at this point, now phase angle is pi by 2. At this particular position, the phase angle is pi. At this position, it is 3 pi by 2. At this position, it is 2 pi. At this position, it is 3 pi. At this position, it is 4 pi. Right? Therefore, when particle is moving, at that time, at each time, its phase difference goes on increasing. Right? Now, at that time, again we have to consider when this particle is moving, at that time, at particular position, we have to find out the equation of flow. Now we consider this is the point, and suppose at this point the particle is at x distance. Particle is at x distance. Now we know that we consider 2 points, path difference and second is phase difference. Path difference and phase difference. Now initially distance between these two particles is nothing but it is the path difference, and path difference between these two particles is nothing but it is wavelength lambda. Means when the path difference between two particles is lambda, at that time for that particular path difference, what is the phase difference? Now phase difference is 2 pi. Phase difference is 2 pi. Okay, means when path difference of a wave is lambda, at that particular situation the phase difference for that particle is equal to 2 pi. Right? Now suppose we consider this is one particle. Instead of this, now we consider here this is the position of that particle. Now suppose this is the position of that particle and we have to find out its phase difference. At that time, x is the position of that particle. Therefore, what is the path difference? Now path difference is x. Now for that particular path difference, we have to find out the value of phase difference. Now this value of phase difference is suppose unknown. It is unknown for us. Now we consider suppose it is del. Right? Therefore, when path difference is lambda, at that time its phase difference is always equal to 2 pi. And when path difference is x, its phase difference is suppose del. Right? Therefore, we find out value of del. Now, taking cross multiplication, we find out value of del. Right? Therefore, lambda into del is always equal to 2 pi x. Lambda into del lambda into del is equal to 2 pi x. Therefore, we find out del is equal to 2 pi x by lambda. Del is equal to 2 pi x by lambda. Where what is del? Del is nothing but the phase difference for the unknown particle, right? Now, at that time, this del is 2 pi lambda is 2 pi lambda is equal to k. 2 pi by lambda is equal to k, where k is a constant and is known as a wave number. It is known as a wave number. Therefore, this 2 pi lambda is replaced by k, means del is equal to kx. Therefore, when instead of this del, we write here kx. Right? Now, come to the point. Initially, when the particle is at rest, means when the particle is at origin, at that time we find out displacement of particle y is always equal to a sin omega t, right? But as soon as this wave is traveling continuously towards the positive direction along x-axis, at that time there is phase difference is always increasing. Phase difference is always increasing. Therefore, when we have to find out the displacement for any particular point particle, at that time always this phase difference is subtracted from that angle, right? Therefore, along when the wave is traveling along positive direction, at that time the displacement of that particle y is always equal to a sin omega t minus L. It is always written as subtraction. Therefore, y is equal to a sin in bracket omega t minus del. But again, we know that we find out value of del. Substitute value of del as kx. Therefore, y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx. Therefore, y is equal to a sin in bracket omega t minus kx. Now, actually, this is the equation of a progressive wave. This is the equation of a progressive wave when this wave is traveling continuously in positive direction along x-axis. But in our latest 12th syllabus, now it is considered that this displacement is a negative displacement. This displacement is a negative displacement. Therefore, it is written as y is equal to minus of a sin omega t minus kx. And when we solve this, it is y equal to a sin kx. This minus kx becomes plus kx, and this plus omega t becomes minus omega t. And this is the equation. This is the final equation. Therefore, it is clear that when any progressive wave travels through the along the x-axis in positive direction toward the positive direction, at that time the equation of that wave is always y equal to a sin in bracket kx minus omega t, right? But again, when we consider another wave, now this wave is traveling not in positive direction, but when this wave is traveling in negative direction, right? At that time, what is the equation of wave? What is the equation of wave? Now, therefore, when wave is traveling continuously in towards the negative axis, at that time, remember that this phase angle or phase difference del is added in that angle, right? Therefore, we write here displacement y is equal to a sin omega t plus del. This phase difference is added, right? Now, substitute value of del y equal to a sin omega t plus kx. Y equal to a sin omega t plus kx, and rearranging this equation, finally we find out y is equal to a sin kx plus omega t. Now this is equation number 4. Now this is the equation of a progressive wave when wave is traveling toward the negative x-axis, at that in the negative direction along the x-axis. At that time, it is y equal to a sin in bracket kx plus omega t. And when wave is traveling along the positive x-axis, at that time the equation of wave is y equal to a sin in bracket kx minus omega t. Okay. Now in this way, today we discuss what are progressive waves, different properties of progressive waves, and the general equation of a wave.